Hi YouTube! This week I participated in my community's Stomp Out the Stigma mental health walk. And look at the back. The back is also cool. And this leads me to what I want to talk about, I guess. And that is, well, let me open off with saying like this quote that I heard once and I thought it was really profound, so I want to share it with you. If you want someone to know something, you must first tell them what it is you want them to know. And that leads up to this. If we, as people in a marginalized community, want to be accepted by those around us, we cannot accept being othered, and we cannot allow ourselves to be othered by ourselves or anyone else. We need to come across as human. And in a lot of current popular trends, it seems to be the hip thing to distinguish yourself from other people in whatever way you can. Like, oh, I'm otherkin. Oh, I have, whatever. I mean, you see it with the trans trenders, and I'll explain that right now so that I don't get derailed and never end up explaining it. There are people who have sort of a misguided image of trans people, as if by identifying as a trans person, that distinguishes you in some way, that it separates you from others in some way. And it's harmful to the community, because if you're just saying you're trans because you want a certain kind of attention, or you want to claim that you know, this, that, or the other thing, you're hurting the community. Just like when you go on Tumblr, you'll see like 20 million blogs that have like, I'm self-diagnosed with like 10 different conditions, and if I act weird, you totally can't blame me for it because I have 10 different conditions. And the thing is, yes, people with mental health problems do have certain difficulties that other people may take for granted. Like, I spent a period, I don't remember how long it was, but I had difficulty remembering to eat. And I lost 50 pounds because I just couldn't remember something as fundamental as feeding myself. And there are other things too. I mean, I've known people, and in the walk I met a person who had the same problem that a cousin of mine had. The thing was, the doctors kept prescribing the medication without taking them off of the other medication. And pretty soon they were just taking all of these fucking pills, and it was fucking with their head, and it was the worst thing ever. And these are the struggles that people in the mental health community face, because we need a little extra help to be able to display the sort of baseline that other people take for granted. But when you have Billy May on Tumblr who says they have 10 different conditions and they decide to attack you because you have a different opinion to them, and they say, oh, well, it's not my fault, I have bipolar or something like that, or, oh, I have autism. This is harmful to our community, because these people are claiming that they should be an exception because they are different. They are saying, I am other, you cannot judge me. And that hurts the community. I mean, maybe the degrees to which we can be held accountable in the mental health community tend to fluctuate, with things like chemicals. Humans are basically just big meat sacks full of chemicals. But yeah, some people go through some people have psychotic breaks. They don't have their symptoms under control and these sorts of things. But that doesn't give you an excuse. That means you need to go get help. That means you go and you get help. But you can't say, oh, well, I have bipolar, so it's okay if I treat you like I'm an abusive piece of shit. Because I've dealt with people who've done that. Oh, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. It's because of my condition. And they don't even try to change. They don't try to get help. They don't try to improve. And this hurts the community. Because people see that and they go, oh, well, all these people are fucking nuts. I don't want to deal with these people because look at all of these ones. They're fucking jerks and they're crazy and they just walk all over you. So it's important in every community. But I feel that, especially in the mental health community, that we can come out. And I'm not saying come out because I realize that my turning myself into this whole public debacle, it's a personal choice. I chose this for myself. And I said, this is what I am. But I'm just like you. I didn't say, oh, well, I'm schizophrenic, so you should give me all your money and shut the fuck up, shitlord, because I don't have to take this. You're oppressing me. No. I said, look at me. I am you. I am just like you. And that's how it should be. This is how we breach the gap between communities. We come together and we say, we're not that different. Yes, we're a little bit different. Nobody's exactly the same. Even with the, neurotypical people or whatever you want to call them. Nobody's exactly the same. But we're not so different that we're like another species. And we don't need to other ourselves. Having a mental illness isn't like some sort of special snowflake badge of honor. It's a struggle. And for some people, it's so debilitating that they never recover. But part of that is the difficulty in reaching out to the community because we are seen as the other. So for those of us who are able, I feel that, able and willing, I should say, for those of us who are able and willing, I feel like, for me personally, it's my responsibility to step forward and say, I'm not so different from you. Why don't we talk? Let's be friends if we can. If we can't, whatever, I won't judge. I realize that not everybody's personalities are compatible. And I realize people fuck up a lot. I fuck up a lot. But for me, it's like, I guess sort of like being a self-appointed ambassador. And with that, I just hope that I'm able to, and I know I have. I've had people come up to me and tell me, you really changed my mind. And that meant everything to me. Because while I'm just sitting here at my computer, just talking at the camera, just putzing around, doing whatever, I don't really feel it. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I changing? But the thing that I'm changing is that I'm showing people that I'm not that different from you. And that is what we need right now. And what I hope to accomplish with this is that I'll make at least one person think twice about jumping to whatever conclusion. And then that one person will talk to somebody else, and they'll convince somebody else to think twice. It's like the whole ripple effect. I don't have to change everyone's minds. I just have to change somebody's mind. And when people tell me, like, that I made a difference, it really warms my heart.